Hi everyone. Overtaking can honestly be one of the most dangerous things that we do while we're driving or riding. And my viewer has sent this clip in today and he holds his hands up because some of the decisions that he actually made weren't very good. Let's have a look at it. So what are your first thoughts on that clip? What did you pick up? Well, like I said a little bit before, the viewer who sent this in has held his hands up to virtually everything that I found. So first of all, well done to him. What happened first? Well, he said about the fact that the car he overtook, the first one, was a convertible. You may say, well, what's that got to do with anything? Well, it's a good thought, because the convertibles, if you've ever driven one, have smaller rear windows and small side windows, which restricts view. So maybe be mindful of that if you're ever overtaking a vehicle with restricted view. What else did he say? He said he's realised that maybe a flash of the lights was something that he could have done in this scenario. Now, I know some people have said before in my videos, flashing of the lights could be deemed as being aggressive. If you've just nodded your head, you're the type of people who are the problems, unfortunately, because a flash of a light is only to warn people that you are there. If you deem it to be aggression, unfortunately, the only person who's got a problem is yourself. It's there to make others know that you're there. So it's an ideal scenario to flash your lights, and maybe that Ford that he overtook may have seen him and not started to do the overtake themselves. What else was there? The view up the road, I thought the view was reasonable. I still honestly don't think that it was worthy of an overtake. I think probably I would have just sat back, of saving me maybe 5 seconds to get in front of a couple of cars. It's a bit different if you just got one vehicle that is holding you up for ages and ages and ages, and you going past is then going to free the whole road up, but that wasn't going to be the case. So would have I overtaken in that scenario, if I could speak properly? No, I don't think I would have. What else was there? What else did you pick up? Did you pick up the fact that he overtook with the farm entrance on the right hand side? And also that farm entrance didn't have a brilliant view if people were coming out. There were hedges and trees all around surrounding that entrance, so it was knowing a world a good time. I know you probably would have seen tractors or farm vehicles coming out there, but not necessarily. Farm vehicle could be a quad. If there was a quad and a worker coming out on a quad, would you have seen that there? No. So that wasn't a good idea. What else was there? I think the viewer mentioned about lights, that he couldn't remember whether he had lights on. That was when he was alluding to flashing the lights. And the other thing, maybe even a beep of the horn as well. And again, same thing goes with the beep of the horn. If you deem that to be an aggressive move, you're the person with the problem, because that's not what it's for. It's for to let people know that you're there. So don't be scared of using a little beep of the horn before you overtake. The big thing for me though was the fact that he continued through with the overtake when the other Ford was looking to actually move out. I couldn't understand that, and there's no reasoning behind that either. All you've got to really do in that situation, if you see danger, very rarely is speeding up going to increase that danger. And that was a little bit of the reasoning behind his actions. He said that he thought he was better off just maybe getting through, and he thought that slowing down was going to cause him to maybe lose control of the car. I totally disagree on that. I think a slow down option is always a good option, or mostly a good option. Very rarely do we use always and never, but in this scenario, yeah, to back it off and slow it down would have been a good shout. If it had been clipped at that speed, first thing that comes to mind is the pit manoeuvre. You've probably seen some of the police in the United States do that to certain suspects who are trying to escape in cars. That's probably something similar to what may have occurred if it had been clipped by the car that he overtook. So all in all, not a good overtake. Risk is obviously increased massively, but full credit goes to my viewer, first of all, for sending the clip in, and secondly, for assessing all of those things of his own accord, which he did. So we could probably do with more drivers like that, more drivers who would assess their own actions like that, but wasn't a brilliant overtake by anyone's book. So if you're thinking of overtaking is probably the most dangerous thing that you're ever going to do, driving. If someone was to come the other way and you were doing 60 and they were doing 60, that's a meeting impact speed of 120 miles an hour, and that's a lethal one. So honestly, if you're overtaking, be absolutely certain, sorry about my speech today, can't speak today, but be absolutely certain that it's going to be good and it's going to be safe. Hopefully me putting that little video out and my viewer sending it in has maybe just deterred that one person just from doing that overtake at a silly time, and hopefully they'll have a little bit more thought with it. So fingers crossed, we're all on this same hymn sheet, we're all trying to make the roads a better place. So thank you very much for your support. Keep safe everyone, and I'll see you soon.